Hi everyone, Jeanne Bobish here. Welcome back to my Crafty Corner live at 5. I hope you are all having a fantastic Monday and are ready to get your craftiness on. I had mentioned to you maybe last week that I was thinking of purchasing our flip book, and I did, and I decided, hi Sharon, I decided that I wanted to create a flip book calendar and make header pages for each month. Now, if you're not familiar with our flip book, this is what it looks like. It comes like that, and once you remove this band here, you can see that it comes with paper already attached, and if you flip the side, it makes a little A-frame and it will stand up for you, which is really, really cool. And it also comes with this notebook page die, which perfectly cuts out this size page that you can slip into these spirals, and they're absolutely perfect. Now, you can use this for anything you want. You can put your children's pictures and maybe do like a mini scrapbook layout for whatever the picture represents. You can do calendars. You can do whatever you want. I decided that I love so much our Through the Year paper pack, hi Jody, that I was going to do a calendar. So today, let me get to the right page because I don't want to show you anything you shouldn't see yet. Today, we're going to start with September, since we have a little few days to get these made up, and this is what I came up with for September. It kind of represents everything that September has to offer. The leaves start to change. It is apple season. It is back to school. The first day of fall. A little bit of everything. Hi, Jennifer. And then we have these perfect printed out catalog or calendar pages that we can cut with our die, so that you can see that this is fall and this is September. So this starts our calendar for September. So if you guys like that, I will get you up in the cheap seats after I show you some of the other products we're going to use. Now we're using two of our older Bloom Benefits. One is the a la mode, and the other is My World, which has the perfect globe for our classroom. And of course, we'll be using the notebook page die and my snapshot frames. Now, let me tell you, I have offered these snapbook frames die. I have a brand new unopened package for free to the first person that places a $100 order. No one has placed an order, and this has been since last Friday. Place an order, people. I'm going to be using this a lot, and this is probably one of my absolute favorite die sets that we offer. It is so versatile, and you're going to see me using it a lot. So if you like what I make and you want to case them, you're going to need this die set eventually. So a $100 order will get you this die set. Also, if anyone orders the flip book and the notebook page die from me today, I will send you this sheet so that you can start off your calendar with one of my pages. And I will also send you the calendar sheets for September, October, November, and December. So you'll be all ready to have fun and work with that flip book. So all you have to do is purchase the flip book and the die, and I will send you the calendar sheets for the rest of this year and my first page for September. Now, if you include it in your $100 order, you'll get all that stuff plus this. So there you have it. Great offer. I don't know how you guys can resist it. I'm going to say that it is for non-coaches only. So in other words, if you are not a Fun Stampers Journey coach, you are eligible to win all of those goodies. So let me make sure. Sorry about that, guys. I banged this earlier today. I was rearranging my workspace and I bumped it, and so I'm praying that it's still in the proper position. Okay, so as I said, we're going to be using our Through the Years prints, and every month has 2 different sheets of paper, and they are double-sided. Okay, so you end up with 24 sheets, 12 different designs, 2 of each. Got it? So today we're going to be using this September set, which is the apples and the chalkboard paper is what I call it. And we're going to be using a lot of scraps. This is a great project to use up a lot of your little scraps. And we're going to be using some brushed silver, some beach ball. I'm just checking to make sure that's beach ball. Some candy apple red, some rich coral, pumpkin spice, summer days, lamp black, limeade splash, and hazelnut. I know it sounds like a lot, but they're all just little teeny tiny pieces. So let's start with our base, which is going to be this paper here, and on the other side it has the cute adorable apples. So we're going to take this and we're going to take the notebook page die, and this thing is really cool. It's just perfect. So I'm going to set it here. Now I want to make sure that I get it on here nice and straight so that we don't have our letters going cattywonker. And let me bring over my Amaze machine. And we will go ahead and, if I can pick it up, run it through the machine. And you will see how neat this is and how cool this die cuts out. Now this die can also be used on your cards too. If you want to put a note page looking thing. You know how sometimes I use gift tags and stuff? Well, now I'll be using some of these. And there we have our perfect sheet. Now if you look, it is cut so that it will perfectly fit in those spirals. And there you go. You have your page. Okay, so I'm going to take it back out of here carefully. Carefully. There we go. And we're going to continue on. So the next thing we're going to do is I want to lay these apples across here so that it's something really cute. And I want it to be like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my detail shears and I want to get it lined up just like so, and I'm going to snip this corner as straight as I can because I want it to sit right under that notch. Okay, just like that. And I want this side to be right up against the edge of my paper. So I'm going to take my Easy Glide And we'll tack this down. Just like so. And I'm going to turn it over and snip these little parts that overlap. All right. That was easy enough. Now I'm going to take our brushed silver and our beach ball, and I'm going to take our My World set, and I want my globe stand, and I want my globe, and we are going to stamp those onto our paper with some black licorice. Get this inked up really well. Place it on my paper, and I'm going to let that dry for a little bit because that is like a brushed silver. So I'm going to, it's not as, I don't think quite as porous as regular paper, so I'll just give it a few minutes to dry. And while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to go ahead and ink up my globe. Get it good and inky. And I'm going to stamp that, whoops, now that I got ink all over my fingers, onto my beach ball paper. And there we have our beautiful globe. So we'll wipe this off. And now I'm going to take our punch, and I'm going to use our 1.5 inch circle cartridge, and that just slides right into our punch handle. To get it in the right direction. And I'm going to line this up. Now we're going to lose some of our globe, the line around our globe. That's okay. See what I mean? There's a little bit left, but that's okay. We don't need that. This will actually fit better in our globe stand, like so. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut this out. Sorry guys, but there is a small amount of fussy cutting and some paper piecing, but I tell you, it makes a difference, and it really looks cute when it's all put together. So I know a lot of kids have already gone back to school, even though it isn't even September yet, but it used to be when I was a kid, we went back to school in September. Hence that song, and I'm really dating myself, See You in September, that they played every June when we got let out of school. But things are so different now than they used to be in the good old days. So I'm just carefully trying to cut this out as best I can. When I first saw this bloom box, I thought of this right off the bat, that this would be a really cool stamp set to use for a school scrapbook layout or cards, back to school cards and stuff. And here I am using it for a back to school kind of September calendar page. So I'm not doing a very good job here, but I'm doing the best I can. I know there's nothing worse than watching someone fussy cut. You want to just nod off. Okay. I think that's pretty good. So I will get these out of my way. And this is going to go over here to the left. And I'm simply going to take my craft glue, And I'm not popping things up because I don't want this calendar to be real lumpy and thick and bulky. I want them to lay as flat as possible. They're going to be thick and bulky, just the nature of the, layers of paper and whatnot. So I'm gluing this on here, and I'm going to hold it down for a few seconds with my stamp block, and that will help to hold that in place. So while that's gluing, let's take our pieces of candy apple, limeade splash, and hazelnut blend, and we're going to take our a la mode stamp set, and we're going to take the apple, and we're going to stamp that also with black licorice, and I'm going to stamp the whole apple on red. And I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper because I just put a new blotter on here. And I'm going to stamp the leaf area on the green and the stem on the hazelnut blend. And we're going to cut those out and piece them together. So we'll do that while this is still gluing in place. Well, actually, let's add our globe so that can glue in place. And I'm just going to add some glue to the back, not a lot, but I'm going to kind of spread it around so we get it to the edges. And then I'm going to place my globe right there, and that'll help hold that down. So now we're going to cut out the entire apple, and the reason I cut out the entire apple is so that I have some place to glue the leaf and the stem, and you'll see what I mean shortly. So I'm just going to try and do this as quickly as possible without ruining it. Around and around and around. There goes our dog. And then I'm going to cut out the leaf. Very carefully. And that's going to get glued right here on the leaf. Like so. And then we're going to cut out the stem. This one's a little tiny, so it's a little trickier. It's just a little stem here. And of course that too will get glued. I got a wad of yuck on the tip of my glue. There we go. So I'll spread that around using the tip and apply the stem. And that really makes for a very pretty little apple. And that is going to get placed right down here. And it is also going to get glued in place with our craft glue. just like so. And I'm going to let that dry. Whoops, I think it went a little crooked. There we go. Now, I'm going to take some Summer Days, pumpkin bread, and rich coral, and we're going to cut out some leaves. Now, these leaves are being cut out of my Snapshot Frames die set. And I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to use the word fall from my Snapshot Frames die set. This is absolutely, without a doubt, one of my absolute favorite leaves. Even though it doesn't have a stamp, it makes the most beautiful leaves you can imagine. So I'm going to take my little page and put it off to the side, and we're going to go ahead and cut us out some leaves. So we'll start with the rich coral, and I will show you why I love this leaf die so much. Because it doesn't just cut the outline, it cuts the veins too. And I will show you that in a minute, as soon as I can get it out of here. And I'm using our fabulous bloom tool to get it out of my die. I need to use some more of my dryer sheet so that I can get this out a little bit easier. I'm trying so hard not to tear it. But as you can see, the veins and everything are cut. So it gives that added realistic look to this leaf. And I absolutely, absolutely love it to death. I told you, this is by far one of my most favorite die sets. And I use it a lot. Okay. So I just wiped that with a dryer sheet. And hopefully that will help. Now I'm going to put it on some Summer Days so that we get a pretty yellow leaf. And this should pop out a little easier, I hope. Yeah, see, it's already releasing. And there's our yellow one. And then we're going to take a piece of pumpkin bread and got one more. Whoop. And you can see how they're cut. It's not crease lines. They are actually cut into the leaf, which I just love. And I love the look that it creates. And I love that you can cut out this stamp or this leaf, and you don't really even need a stamp to do so. It's gorgeous. Now, from the same Snapshot Frame set, I'm going to pick the word fall, and I'm going to cut that too from Black Licorice. So from that set today, I'm using the fall and the leaf. Because after all, the first day of fall is in September. So we want to add that. So again, just use your pokey tool and poke out your piece here, and it should fall right out, which it does beautifully. And there we go. So let me get all these scrap papers out of the way, and we're ready to bring this back. And what I want to do is place my leaves, and I'm going to kind of lay them out with the brightest one in the middle. Just kind of flare them like so. And again, these are going to be glued down. So I'm using our craft glue. So this will be one. I want to get them down away from the, whatever you want to call these little holes here. I'll set that on there for a second while I glue up the rich coral one. Put a little bit of that glue on the stem. And this one's going to swing out this way, like so. And that will help hold that down. And then finally we're going to do our yellow one, which is Summer Days. If you don't have summer days, you can use Lemon Drop. Either one would work. Okay, and I'm going to put that one right in the center. And then we're going to place our fall right across the middle there. So we want to, again, glue up the back. Don't want to use a whole lot of glue because we don't want it oozing out the sides. And then I'm just going to place that right there and let it dry. Now I'm going to grab some of our gold twine and I'm going to make one of those fluffy bows. So I'm going to do it like Richard does. I think I had 4 loops on there. So I'm going to go down through here and then going from bottom to top and pull it tight. And that makes a beautiful fluffy bow. So you can fluff out your loops. And I like to attach these with a glue dot. Oops. Don't think I got it tight as I should have. Let me give it one more knot here. There we go. Now it's not going anywhere. Okay. Fluff them up. And that's going to go right here, like it's holding our leaves together. And I will grab a glue dot, place it on the back of the knot, and then just place it right there like it's holding those leaves together. And then we can just trim our edges and our little tails however you want. And there you go. There's our cover sheet, which I think is absolutely adorable. So colorful. It says September all over it. Maybe not literally, but figuratively. Now I'm going to show you how to cut out the calendar pages. Now I've already cut out September and October, so I'll show you here on November and December's. Now this comes as a PDF file. If you're a coach, you can find it in your back office. If you are not a coach, contact your coach and they can print them out for you. If you do not have a coach, contact me and I will be more than happy to send you the file for both 2017 and 2018. Now when you print these out, you want to print them out on cardstock. And you want to adjust your printer to print actual size. Every printer's different. but you want actual size, and you can tell it is the actual size because when you place your die on here, you will see the thin black edge all the way around your die. So you know you have it centered. Now, I should have done this first so it'll fit through my machine. But I'm going to cut it in half and bring back my amaze. And let me get this lined up here. There we go. Run it through. And when I remove my tape, I will have an absolutely perfect calendar page. Now you can see how it left an even margin, which was exactly the margin around the cut lines on our die. If I can get rid of this tape that's sticking to me. Okay. And when you pop it out, there is your perfect size page all ready for November. So I was working on November today. I already have October done, but I will wait till the end of this month to do October. Again, here is our finished page. Adorable. And like I said, if you purchase the flip book and the flip book die from me today, I will send you this and the remainder of the year's pages absolutely free. So here we go. Here is how our page looks on our flip book. And as you can see, you're probably seeing a little peek of October. And there you have it. I hope you like it. Let me bring you guys back down. So, oh, Deborah Lee, I'm glad you like it. You kind of made me think about doing them today when you asked me through instant message. So let's go back up here and see. Oh, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Karen. Oh, good, Karen. Hi, Denise. I don't know. If you're talking about the one that is already there that I know of that has the 17th and the 14th mixed up, I don't know if that's been corrected yet, if that's what you're asking. Yes, that's what you were asking. I don't think it has. I don't think it has. Yeah, I know. They're going back earlier and earlier and earlier. Yeah, you know, that's the problem with live videos. You get dogs barking, doorbells ringing, phones ringing, birds chirping, husband dancing. You know, you get all kinds of things. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Yeah, they're really fun to make. You know, I love to do cards, and these are even quicker than cards. They're a lot of fun, really fun to play with. You can get really creative. You can basically do whatever you want with the flip books, but I thought it would make a neat calendar to just set aside on your desk or your kitchen counter or your anywhere in your office, or think about making them as in your office, and maybe your coworkers will fall in love with them, and then you can sell them some of the products so that they can make their own. Or maybe you can sell the completed ones at craft fairs and the like. So I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to show you October's. It's already done, ready to go, but we'll wait a little bit, keep you in suspense. Remember, you're going to need the through the year prints, the flip book, and the notebook die. So those are the basics that you're going to need. And again, if you order those from me today, I will send you this and the remainder of the year's calendar pages free. You know what, Karen? I was wondering that myself. The flip book comes with this really thick, you can hear it, hard paper. And it's kind of semi-glossy on one side and matte on the other. And I didn't quite know what to do with it. And I got to try and show you this without showing you October. All I did was I printed my calendar on cardstock, and then I just took tiny pieces of our Easy Glide and attached it to the original page. See how that is? It's just fitted on top of the page that came with the book. That way it will flip easily. And if you want next year to change your calendars, they should be very easy to remove using my little spatula method. But it will hold it in place, and then you have the thickness of the paper that came with it. I know some people have said they have cut all this off, but this is just so nice and, I mean, really hard paper. And it's almost like magazine backers that I use to make my little gift boxes. It's really, really nice. And so I wanted to take advantage of it. And I mean, just the teeniest little pieces of our adhesive just to kind of tack it in place. And then if I decide next year I want to change it up, I can easily remove it and just stick a new one on there. So I hope that answered your question. All of the products that I used today can be found on my website, funstampersjourney.com/Jeanne Bobish. And for a complete list of the giveaways and all the products that I used to create this on our fabulous flip book, you can check out my blog, astrokeofgenius.blogspot.com, and that will be listed above or below the video depending on where you are viewing it from. So I hope you all have a fabulous Monday. I hope you enjoyed our little project today, and I hope I will see you again live at 5 tomorrow. Have a great evening, and thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.